After Linda Carson was found alive, she returned to Oakwood, but things weren't the same. Her husband, Greg, had always been controlling, but now his possessiveness had turned into something worse: rage. He couldn't forgive her. He wouldn't believe her. "You ran off with him," he would say, his voice dripping with contempt. "You embarrassed me. You abandoned your family." Linda tried to reason with him, but Greg had already made up his mind. He didn't see her as a victim. He saw her as a traitor. She knew she had to leave. Linda began making plans. She reached out to Sarah, her best friend, and confided that she was going to file for divorce. But Greg found out. One night, as she was texting a lawyer, he snatched her phone from her hands. His face twisted with fury. "You think you can just walk away?" he snarled. "After everything you've done?" Linda's heart pounded. She had seen Greg angry before, but this was different. It wasn't just anger. It was dangerous. Greg started using the kids against her. "If you leave me, I'll make sure you never see Emma and Jake again," he threatened. Linda was trapped. She knew the legal system often favored fathers, especially when the mother had disappeared for days. Greg played the victim to everyone. Friends, neighbors, even the police believed his story. "My wife ran off with another man, and now she's trying to ruin our family." Linda felt like she was suffocating. No one believed her. And worse, Greg was watching her every move. Greg didn't just want to control Linda, he wanted to humiliate her. He started forcing himself on her at night. She would lie awake, dreading the moment he would come into their room. "You're my wife," he would whisper, his breath hot against her skin. "You owe me." Linda felt violated in her own home, but if she resisted, he would punish her in other ways, keeping her away from the kids, taking her car keys, cutting off her access to money. She had to get out, but how? Linda started secretly meeting with a domestic violence advocate. She made a plan. On Friday, while Greg was at work, she would take the kids, drive to a shelter, and file for a restraining order. But Greg was one step ahead. That Thursday night, he followed her. He saw her talking to the advocate. When she got home, he was waiting. Greg didn't say anything at first. He cooked dinner, played with the kids, acted like everything was normal. But once the children were asleep, his mask slipped. "You really thought you could leave me?" he whispered. Linda's blood ran cold. She turned to run, but he grabbed her by the wrist. "You humiliated me once," he said, his grip tightening. "I won't let you do it again." That was